Hey guys, so I decided to bring up this video. So this is a video from my country, okay? It's a video, it's a Brazilian channel, and the video is we will be gonna be watching this dubbed in English, auto dubbed in English, but the original audio is Portuguese. If I think there is something strange on that auto translation to English or something like that, I will try to explain to you guys some things, and I will also be giving my opinion on the things that are talked about on this video so far. I hope you guys enjoy, and with that get to know a bit more of the place where a bit more of the country that I live in. Of course, my country, it's not all like that, but this is an undeniable huge portion of it. And because I know most of you have no clear idea, and this is more visible when there is a lot of people coming to see this type of places that we have here, like if it was some kinds of tourism, something like that, and it's not. And it's also very dangerous for you to be there. So, I say personal advice. If you ever want to visit my country, I don't know why you would do such a stupid thing, but avoid those places at all costs, for real. So, yeah, let's start watching. The name of the video is "You Have to Be Really Stupid to Romanticize the Favela." And this is really what it means in Portuguese. It's the same. The title is perfectly translated this time, even though it was auto-translated. And the channel is Sobreviva Brasil, which means surviving the Brazil. So yeah, let's start watching. And for the channel owner, I did not react to any Brazilian channel yet, so if you're not okay with me reacting to that, just let me know on the comments or in the given email that is on the description, and I remove that if you're not okay with this, okay? So without any further ado, let's start it.
Welcome to another video on this channel. I'm the survivor here, and this video is a little different from the others I've brought you here. I've wanted to talk about the romanticization of the favela for a while now, about the romanticization of living in these peripheral areas. But any mental map I created, any line of reasoning I constructed, wouldn't be as effective as showing you what it's like to live in the favela.
Yes,
There's
and that's true.
Creator
That's the same
here
I
called
feel.
Juan Juliet, or Juan in this case Juliet, right? His profile description is, helps you get to know the favela with humor. And the guy seems like a really nice guy. He seems like a very calm, peaceful guy, but at the same time, even though he uses humor in his videos to show
The translation up to now, it's been so perfect, as far as we went now. It's just exactly like what he's saying. Let's see until they start talking with all that slurs and I don't know, special vocabularies that people have, especially there on the favelas, that I wanna know how this auto translation is gonna treat that. And let's see
what life in the favela is like. Everything I'm going to show you here will leave you completely shocked and, if you think like me, completely sad. In fact, I put together this series of videos here so we can see what the reality of the favela is like. And while we watch this content, I want you to ask yourself how people can romanticize a life like this. Let's watch the video.
What is life like in the alleys of the favela? Take a look. You can already see what life is like in the middle.
Just look at the space that people have to access their own house.
Oh, it's actually very good.
Living like this, you can't have a car, a motorcycle,
I mean,
maybe a bicycle,
the translation.
if you carry it instead of it carrying you, right?
In the middle of the alleys of the favela, it's different because of the entrance. Today I'm showing you the reality of the heart of the favela. And here you'll notice that what will catch your attention the most are the buildings. Each staircase is a different size. Nothing here was planned by an architect, it was planned out of necessity. You can
see how much dirt there is here, look.
Exactly.
And it gets worse.
And the sewage is what you're going to see now. If you got it, run through the alleys.
Look at this, man. The sewage in the middle of the open-air alleys and says to me, how can anyone romanticize this? How can anyone romanticize living in a situation like...
We are talking so much about romanticize. It's because he hates, like, people usually says that, the favela won, you know, the favela wins. Like, it's some kind of, like... It's some kind of... it's like... how do I explain this to you? It's so far of your understanding that I don't even know how to explain. That's why I thought the best way for you guys understanding a bit, it would be watching a video like this. But people have a say here, and it's quite a strong one that the favela won. You know, like the people in favela have won through all these difficulties and etc. When they actually not. You don't. If you're still in favela, you didn't want anything actually. You know, it's not good to be there, you know? It's not good. I mean, like, there is a lot of most horrible things that you're gonna see yet. And I hope this helps you guys to understand that this is not pretty. And coming to here and make a tourism side of it, it's not cool. And it's very, very dangerous. I hope this video is not taken down or worse. I don't know what my country is capable of
like this.
Already anymore.
Quote, dude, the person practically lives inside a dump.
Open air, and if you...
Dude, this here is a rat.
Congratulations. Many houses are built on top of these sewages,
Yeah.
just like this building here. It's a reality.
An entire building on top of a sewage.
That exists.
If you guys are not understanding, because there are strange two translations at the same time, it's the guy that made this video. He is a dark streamer. Like he doesn't show face, it's all audio, and he's showing TikTok videos and is reacting to them. So this is a react, even though you guys don't see any face there. I'm explaining because with the auto translation it's kind of hard to understand. I don't know, this video will actually be a good idea, but I'm trying my best to show it to you guys, because in Portuguese, I think in Portuguese it would be worse. I would be like needing to stop every like 5 seconds to explain what they said. I think this way is faster.
That is part of life in the favela, even though many people from outside have never seen it. And another thing, GPS doesn't work here. If you don't know it...
This what he said is actually true, you know? A lot of people, even though live here in my country, never know how it's inside one of these, just because people here are aware that these places are not good and are dangerous and don't want to step in. This is the reason most people don't even know what's going on there, and people have a very rough and superficial idea of how is it inside, you know? I don't live inside of those places like this, but I went too many times to places like this before, and I know how it is because I was there, but I don't live in. But I know exactly how it is. So yeah, it's very accurate. This video is very accurate, Renee. Let's keep watching, because we have more 43 minutes to go on, and I hope it clarifies a lot to you guys. I will try to stop less and talk together.
You'll easily get lost.
Or this
Only
will
a
be
true
so
adult
big and
understands this invisible map, and each step here is, man, this really is a maze, right? It's a surprise. One is straight, the other is crooked, and these sandbags that are here in the middle of the alleys are not delivered by a truck, no, it's by force of arm. $11 for the loaded bag.
In this video, we'll see how it works.
True. That's
but
true.
Basically, if someone wants to build something at the top of the favela, there's no way for a construction truck, for example, to go up to the hill and leave it there.
People have to carry.
So the truck
everything
delivers
up
bags
to
of
them.
sand, for example, bags of gravel, and then you have to pay someone to carry these bags of construction material from the base of the hill to the top.
You see? Each alley has a different entrance. That's why I'm saying that GPS doesn't work here. This is the middle of the alleys. That's where the rush begins. If you made it to the end
It's
of
like
the
a
video,
labyrinth.
comment on faith. Kisses.
Let's go. This was just the first video. Tell me how someone is proud to live in a corner like this. Tell me how it's possible to romanticize the favela while living in these conditions. I once saw a phrase, no, it was yesterday. Gathering the videos for us to watch here today, I saw the phrase that only those who don't live in the favela romanticize the favela. I've started to believe this, because you can even create fond memories of living in a region like this.
It is exactly true. It is true. I really believe that people inside there doesn't romanticize this for real. I can't believe that someone in these given conditions romanticizes stuff. Usually the people that are always claiming stuff like that are the ones that doesn't live inside, or those who started like winning some actual money and left to the favela, like football, soccer players and funk singers and etc.
But romanticizing your life like this seems a little sick to me, right?
What is life like for someone who lives right next to the sewage system in the favela? Take a look.
This video here is a narration made from the footage he made in the previous video, but it basically shows and focuses on the people who live in this part close to the sewage system.
What is life like for someone who lives right next to the sewage system in the favela? Take a look. Here in the favela, it works like this. Many houses are right next to the stream. But do you know what's even crazier? There are people who have been living here for 30, 40, 50 years. And just so you understand, these houses here didn't just appear out of nowhere, you know.
And the reason is exactly for what I said. People don't thrive there. It's a place that people cannot thrive. They don't thrive. This place they suck people in. Like, once you're inside, it's even more difficult for you to get out of it, you know, because all of the conditions that doesn't help you to thrive in your life.
No, guys. In the past, all this was a river, but the small farms grew quickly, in a disorderly fashion, and where no one wanted to live, they became an option for those who had no choice. And what might seem shocking to you, it's become routine for us, and, believe it or not, many residents have even gotten used to the smell of this place. Wow, man. You get used to the smell of rot, sewage, and garbage. You get used to it to the point where you can't even smell it anymore. This is the true reality of the favela. But even so, we continue to live our lives, continue to build, and best of all, we continue to dream. And if you made it to the end of the video,
I think you understood that what leads people to live in a peripheral area like this is complete poverty. People get by with what they can live on. Once again, I'm going to ask this question 1,000 times in this video.
Tak, if you're watching this video, Tak, this is a nice channel for you to study Portuguese, because you can see the videos auto-dubbed like that, or you can see Portuguese as well. So feel free to watch it, and you're also gonna learn a lot of stuff of my country that happens here. I like this guy content, and you might enjoy and learn a lot of things. And who else wants or interested in learn Portuguese for some reason?
How dare someone romanticize this life? Does it make sense for someone to romanticize, to live this way, in a way that you're so close to the garbage and sewage that you get used to the smell, that you consider it normal?
How much does rent cost in the neighborhood? I'll tell you. Okay, now we're going to look at the rent prices in these communities. The cheapest one here is $300. Take a look. I
saw the cinnamon that one ready. The cheapest rent is $300. I live in a small town, right? In a city in the countryside. My city has less than 10,000 inhabitants, and the rent here is in that price range, $300, $400. The house I currently live in, for example, has a huge lot. I think it could easily fit about 12 cars.
It's not $300 and neither $400. I think because of the value, I think he's talking about. Wait, what? Nah, if he was talking about the way where he lives, I'm sorry, I think I missed that.
For example, has a $300. My city has less than 10,000 inhabitants, and the rent here is in that price range.
Yeah, his city.
are $400. The house I currently live in, for example, has a huge lot. I think it could easily fit about 12 cars. I have 2.
Yeah, exactly that. It's not correctly converted. It's like they are putting this in dollars, but this is the price in BRL that he was saying. It's 300 BRL and 400 BRL, not dollars.
2 bedrooms, a living room, a bathroom, a kitchen, a porch in the front and a porch in the back, which is where I'm recording this video here. It's a big house, okay? An old house, of course, but a big house. A house that's on the avenue, on the main street here where I live, and the rent costs are $500. I have my own house, which I rent out. I'm renting this house for $350. That's the price range we have here for rent, and that's in a small town, in the countryside and in the favela, starting at $300. But let's see if it's worth it, right?
Peak, huh? Let's go. You've reached the
Other one. Let me go back a little bit here. You saw, right? Lots of trash on the
floor.
No, wait. Oh, this is so confused. Just ignore the price. But what you guys have to understand here? This is confused. I don't even know anymore because, oh my god, what you guys have to understand on this is that for living inside a place like this, in a favela like this, it's not cheap. It's actually very expensive. Those who live on the very top of it, where is the worst place possible for you to be on there, or the ones that pay less. And even so, in these places, if you live in somewhere else, like in the countryside or something like that, you would pay exactly the same for a big house, like in way better conditions that are not nearly as close as this one. You know, this is the most important thing to understand here. But yeah, if I would put, I would put, let's say, like my region. In my region here, where I live, the prices of the rents are like ranging between 600 BRL and 900, 1000 BRL for good, more or less good houses that are neither even a bit compared with these ones, but are not also very good ones, are like more or less. But in this place, in this place like they are showing there, it's on the top of the favela. It's, oh my god, it's even expensive. It's way expensive. So I don't understand. I really don't. And here on the place that I live, it's one of the most expensive places for you to. Oh, of course, that is way more, but it's not one of the cheapest ones. I think on where this guy from the channel lives, it's even cheaper, if I understood correctly. It's even cheaper than where I live.
Saw the cinnamon. Those peak, huh? Let's go. You've reached the Tower of Babel, you know.
Man, this here is a tree. This here is a wire. This here is a wire, right?
But there's a posture that I'm going to show you a rent of $300 in the gas range. Dude, it got on the paint slab, you know, right? Don't worry, okay. Today I'm going to take you to the gas range. And by the way, I saw the cinnamon, my friend. The higher you go, you know, in the favela,
He didn't say the gas range, he said casa.
cheaper the rent gets. You know, it
Makes sense, right? Because it's much more work to climb things. It's much more work to build up there. It's going to take you much longer to walk to get home. It makes sense to be cheaper up there. So, to get here, there's a doctor in the middle of the hill, man, and the ditches underneath are just
crazy. Once again, in the sewer, man, and the houses have, in quotation marks, a great physical structure here to support, in quotation marks, okay, of the houses, man. And here's a spring. You called it natural, huh? But look, sewing, it doesn't look like a low ball. No, look, you're going to win, huh? When you see it, you already know, right? It doesn't come much, man.
What did he mean by that? Well, I put the mouse here. I think
And this one, for those who already didn't know the meme of Brazil, that's always a caramelo dog. Well, here it is. It's because this is probably the most survival being in our country. The most adaptable survivable being that exists here, probably. It's a very strong, smart animal and resistant to literally everything. So that's why people turn to him as a meme. The Kremenala dog. You can find this dog everywhere in
I think it'll be
my
easier to
country.
point out some things, but what did he mean by that here?
But look, sewing, it doesn't look like a low ball. No, look. Okay, what's posture? What's a low ball? He's going to win when I see him.
What's he going to win? A shot? A slap? What's he going to win?
But you're not gonna find dinosaurs here, okay? To find dinosaurs, you have to go to Acre.
You.
No, right? Don't come too soon. Don't come too soon. What's a lot of time, man? The original caramel is being born. Look how it looks. We're going to win here underground. Wow. Calling you, sleeping Black Panther. Don't be like that, huh? What happens when there's no water in the upper part? Take a look. There are several wells here, you know, like this one. Look, there are even crabs, my friend, the size of fish, okay? You can even wash clothes, huh? But here it's traditional, my friend. I'm in the higher part, huh? Rent is cheaper here, you know? When you see Garfield next to the Black Panther activity. This one is lowered, it's big. $300 here. Look, it's closed now. Even a little tattoo shop, you see? Here the rent is $300, you know? In this shop here in the...
Yeah, the price, I think the price here is correctly, it's really in dollars, I mean. So it would be around 1,000 and, I don't know, BRL. It's, oh my god, it's pretty much
the upper
expensive.
part. The most expensive rent you'll get is $650. If you called here it's cheaper. I say gas range, it's not that it's dangerous, it's...
No. It must be pretty easy to get.
gas, because to get attention, the rent becomes low because...
I told you it's not gas, it's Gaza. And, well, you don't wanna know why it has this name, right? Well, it just... You guys know what other type of Gaza you guys already know, right? So
it's
yeah, I
close
don't
to the
need to
rock,
explain.
so you end up having to climb a lot via Canala. If you paid for that,
I saw Canala, it was great.
only
By Canala, they are saying that wasn't translated. Canala, it means by foot, okay? It's another way of saying by legs.
cheaper places because
So,
you
yeah.
spend money on transportation to go up. It's tiring, but more peaceful. Sometimes you get a big property, you know, for the price you pay, but the ones who really pay are the Canelas, because this stuff is serious. I'm in the upper part. Rent here in this area is from $350 to $650. You can even see the beach, huh?
Man, it's not worth it for that price. Of course, I don't live in a big city. Of course, for
Not
that
worth
price you
it,
probably
not
won't
worth
buy
it,
anything.
not
You won't
wor-
rent anything very important, but man, it's not worth living at the top of the favela paying $650. That's
Right, rock, in the 350 gas range. Calm down. Gas range was the fictitious name I gave, my friend. It's not true. It's more peaceful here, you know? The only thing that's going to be relaxing here is the climb, like I told you. But this is where you'll find the cheapest rent on the hill. So
Yeah,
you know,
so
if
peaceful.
you reach the end of the video, tag your friends so they can find out about the rent price in Roshina. But hey,
that was in Roshina. Look, this one here is Rock Krya, okay? This is a
Hacienda. Your country we say Hacienda. It's the name of the place. If you come here with your foreign way and say foreign language and say Roshina, you're gonna lose all the money you have just because they will know that you're a foreigner right away. I mean, yeah. Oh god, I always stop saying this. This
different
video will
profile
be
from the
taken
other one
down.
we saw. I'm showing this here because the credit goes to the creators, right? I'm using their video to show all of this, at least to indicate who the creator is, in case you want to see more videos about it. This one here is when I try to be a blogger living in the favela. I think she's going to talk about the products there. I was going to talk about cleaning products, but about beauty products that she's
she
carrying in
will.
her hand. Good morning, right? Guys, this isn't violence. This isn't gunshots. These are fireworks. I can't even take myself seriously, but these are fireworks.
Fireworks.
Okay? It has nothing to do with crime in the favela or anything like that.
It's just
no,
fireworks.
it's a super safe environment, right? The problem, in fact, is only the police.
He's being ironic, okay?
Good morning,
He's being
right?
ironic.
Good morning, guys. I swear. After this video, I'll never complain about the noise of cars on my microphone again.
This that you guys listen to, these are gunshots, yes. And you can hear it there like every day, every time. Like, actually, I don't know if the entire country is like that, but I can say the entire state, you can listen to this, whatever, like, all the time, whatever place you are, it doesn't have time. But I think it's even worse there. I think there it's even worse. It's like every fucking time, the entire day, like without any kind of. I mean, it at this point, it's common to them. It's more common to them than to me.
Again.
Probably.
As I said a little while ago, I live next to an avenue, next to a highway. So it's motorcycle and car noise all day long.
I'm sorry, I misclicked it in the video.
Good morning, guys. I swear. After this video, I'll never complain about the noise of cars on my microphone again.
I will still complain. I was about to say that I already live in a place that is so fucking dangerous. But it still does, just for you guys to have an idea, but it still doesn't compare where she lives. Okay, just for you guys to have an idea what
As I
we
said
are
a little
talking
while
about.
ago, I live next to an avenue, next to a highway. So it's motorcycle and car noise all day long. I'll never complain again. At least there's no gunshots. What do you mean? I'm perplexed. Do you really think that all the shots hit someone?
For you guys to have an idea, I think there's like what? Yeah, 2 days ago I listened to gunshots here. Yes.
It's because I think you still don't understand the purpose of these shots, but it's basically a territorial fight, you know? Usually, we're against another faction, which is another group. By the way, the audio is low, but it's low even for me, okay? So the girl speaks in a whisper. She says it like this, but she's saying that these shots are due to the war between factions over territorial issues. And she speaks calmly as if it were the most normal thing in the world.
Again, with the rival or with the police itself, sometimes it's more of a territorial dispute. When the police try to enter, there's a confrontation, and when the rivals try to enter, there's also a confrontation. And I think that the main objective is not to take people's lives. In fact,
Okay, she's so fucking wrong on this, okay? Don't listen to her. But yeah, let's keep watching.
I swore I would end these videos here sad, but in fact I'm already joking, but it's not to take someone's life.
I think the main objective is not to take people's lives. In fact, neither, right? But what happens, they know that, like, it's impossible to do that. So, the main dispute is to protect the place, you know? They will not allow them to enter their territory, and the people who are shot and I profit for them, point for them. But like, this situation of being all over the place, all the time is already very worrying. But guys, if they hit everyone, if they hit someone, it would be very worrying. Like, there would literally be no one. It
is already very worrying even if they don't hit anyone. That's the point.
No one to tell the story, not even me. And believe it or not, here where I live, at least there's a lot of shooting. And almost no one from here gets shot. I'm really bad with math, guys, but if I could tell you, like, in percentage terms, how many people are shot here like this, right, in the middle of this shooting, I would say, I don't know, 5, 10%, like, it's very little.
Man, 10.
Yeah, 10%, it's so fucking little, all the time, the entire day. So you imagine, if every 100 bullets are flying, 10% of these bullets are hitting people. Yeah, it's so few. Like, and of course, it's more than 100 for a day in these places, okay? It's easier. It's easy. In a, like, most peaceful way, in the most peaceful day ever, they might have there. It maybe not reach 100, but it always has some. So imagine that. Look at what she's saying. Oh my god, I don't even need to explain more of this.
10% of people shot is a lot. Anyway, this was Campus Carol. Her profile description says karaoke.
And this is why we have 60,000 people killed by gunshot by homicides. But yeah. I mean, this is not the only reason. This is just one of the many others we have.
So, in case you're interested in her videos, What is the cost of living for someone who wants to live in Roshina? First of all, Roshina is not just any favela, my friends. Roshina is in the South Zone. That's
Just one thing, here in Roshina, you have easy access to the main neighborhoods of Rio de Janeiro, but it is
okay, it is a favela, so it is well located, like
Level Copacabana, Barra. And not to mention that Sao Corrado doesn't exist without Roshina. It's like soccer without a ball. To live in Roshina for rent, in a 2-bedroom house in the lower part, you'll spend an average of $1,000 to $15,500.
Is it because you can't see my face here? Because I don't show my face, right? But man,
The place that he's talking about again is BRL. There is no way that it's in dollars.
from $1,000 to $500 to live in the favela, why is it so expensive? You can't live in other areas. Of course not. Areas of rich or upper middle class people, but you can't live in other regions without being in the
It's really confusing the prices because sometimes they really convert the BRL to dollar, and sometimes they just change the currency but stay the same value or in number, so it's kind of
favela,
complicated.
with confrontations with the police, gangs and all that, in another place with that price.
Rent. As for the electricity bill, there are some families that receive the Meu Gato, Minha Vida benefit. Now, if you think the rent in the lower part of
Gato means cat, okay? Gato. The word that he spelled gato, it's gato, gat here. And it just means cat. So what is this cat thing? He's making a joke actually, that because people don't have enough money to pay everything, because like just the rent is a month income from an average worker. So people don't have money to pay for energy, so they put directly cables and do like some kind of robbery on the energy industry. You know, I don't know if I explaining well. So they are not paying for the energy they consume, and they are stealing from others, those who pay, because we have to pay for those who don't pay like them, you know? That what they steal from us is just distributed for us to pay, for
if
those
the hill
who pay,
is
you
too
know?
expensive, then you can activate the Julius economy mode. Up in the upper part of the hill, in a 2-bedroom house, you'll spend $900. The cost of living for a family here in Roshina, including food, is $900 to $2,000. And if you got to the end,
Yeah, that price is it's in BRL also. It's BRL. And with 2,000 BRL, you don't live, you survive, okay? You survive.
comment on Roshina and I'll choose 3 people to fix. Kisses. It's
Not worth it at all. This video here is by Ron Gomes, and he basically says that it's almost impossible to prosper living in the favela. This is the slum where I grew up since I was little. I defended it a lot, but when I grew up in the slum where I grew up since I was little, I defended it a lot. But when you grow up, you understand that this is not a place for those who want to prosper in life, for those who want to give their children a better education. Sometimes you study, you work early, and, like, at 2, 3, 5 in the morning there's a lot of noise like this right outside your door. There are a lot of people
Yeah,
here,
this
when they get the
happens with
first
me
chance to
every
leave
time
here,
too.
man, they finance it perfectly. That's what I would try to do if I lived in an area like this. A house like this is the life, you know, just to have peace. And that's priceless, right? Bigger things that will happen. Oh, the guy had to cut it because of the noise of the screaming child. Influence the material success, the prosperity that you will have in life. Everyone knows that it's the network, the connections that you make with the person. It's something that I always talk about here in the videos, but the connections that you have here, most of them are scarce. They are closed-minded, you know? So it's very difficult for you to prosper here, man. That's why most people do crazy things and leave here as soon as possible. It's worth it, bro, because you'll connect with much better people, bro. Unfortunately, that's it, bro. It took me a while, didn't it? I'm too young to realize that, bro. But the slums, fortunately, are not a place for those who want the best for themselves and their families, no. So once again the question remains, how can there be people who romanticize living like this? The
sewer went bad and now the we're
Going to see what the bricklayers in the region are like, in this case.
Thieves da quebrada. He's already sprouted with his material.
Thieves da quebrada.
my God,
His light.
oh my
This
God.
guy is a real.
I don't even know how to translate this to you guys. It's like the nickname that the guy have, but I don't know. It's like I don't know how to translate this to English because it's something that I don't know how to translate, but it doesn't mean actually. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just the
bricklayer.
nickname of
You
the
know,
guy.
he's the real deal. He'll solve the problem with a flip-flop. Let's.
Start playing, huh? Look how he's going to do it. Will he be able to? But now it's like this. Look, we're going to have to break it, my friend, because things are serious, huh? I couldn't pull it off. My friend over there, look, no problem. Will it work? What a dirty face.
Look at my friend over there. No problem, haha. Let's look at your friend's leg. No problem. Are you noticing anything
Look at the
different on
friend.
your friend's
Look at
leg?
the friend.
A thick.
I don't know if you guys have it there, but here we have prisoners that are allowed to leave the prison and they were supposed to not leave their homes and they would be like stay in a home prison, something like that. So they have to use these devices on the leg that indicates that they are under house arrest or something like that. But yeah, that does tell you that the guy is not pure already, okay? He's a contraventor or some
you know?
stuff like.
It works.
Man, let's
It's not a
see,
friendly one.
right? Let's go, right? How's he doing? The indomitable one. The demolisher is crushing it, huh? Another one of him hitting it there. Look, the rod comes in all the way. If there's no antic of rolled up,
The only thing.
no mask, no PPE, but he's wearing gloves, right? What can't he break? The ring. If.
The ring breaks, it's over. Yeah, you guys have to be careful there too. If the ring breaks, it's over.
And now that's it. Look, all that stuff is trash that was underneath too. Look at all the trash. Detail, the caramel student over there. Look, the caramel. This content creator loves dogs, right? Off, huh? In the garage, huh? Learning, huh? And now you're going to need a shovel, Dad, because things are serious, huh? Let's go, huh? Let's get started, huh? We managed to get to the pipe, huh? Look there. Look at all the sand there was, friend. How was the water going to get through, friend? There was no way. Didn't he have a dirty face? There was nothing. There was nothing. How much do you think he deserves to earn for this service? Comment on it, friend. The path is already online. Everything is discovered there. I've cleared.
Usually someone who does this kind of job that he's doing there, here it's usually paid around, I would risk say $500. Oh, dollars, no, I'm sorry. 500 BRL, which is around less than $100 for you guys. But yeah, price here is different and we live with BRL, not dollars, so yeah. It's like it's more than 130 Murphy
Cleared up the
Muffin
mystery.
Com.
The
I'm
guy
sorry.
is tough. See if he's the dirty guy. Damn it. Better known as Teb, the player. That's what I'm talking about here. Things are serious, friend. Keep joking. It's just a joke. Now, look, I'll come here. Get 2 buckets to test. See if the water is coming through. Look, the secret of the job. Look, the secret is to go inside. Go inside the bucket. If it doesn't go inside, it won't solve anything, Daddy. Yeah, Daddy. Look, it's free, huh? The current is online, huh? It's already solved here. But my brother, I think he would have screwed up because the water isn't coming through. Then the guy got scared and had a brilliant idea of how to throw the iron inside to unravel this mystery, right? To find out why the water isn't coming through, right? Look, it's not oil, huh? Thinking? I'm
Speechless. I'm speechless in this video. I'm starting to get depressed already.
Oh.
That's oil, man. Untamable. Oh, the machine, damn it. The untamable. Look at all the water there was. The dog went to study a little. Oh, there. Mission accomplished, and the one who saved the day was Daredevil. Dude, and the question that won't go away. How much do you think the dirty guy should earn for this service? Now we'll see. We've already seen how the houses that live near the garbage dump work. We've already seen the bricklayers there, how they work. We've already seen the rent and everything else.
Here is written, influencer shows how function the changes of the houses in the Rio de Janeiro favelas.
Now we'll see how the moves work.
Like, basically, they are moving from one place to another on the favela, and they are bringing their stuff between these corners and stuff. That's what it's gonna
If you
talk.
felt encouraged to live in the favela by this video, if you were inspired to live in the favela, then you'll have to organize yourself for your move, right? How does this move work? Let's see here.
A move works in the middle of the favela's alley. Get an idea. Do you think moving is just calling a truck? Here in the favela it's different, son. The guys carry the sofa on their backs as if it were a school backpack. And to do a complete move like that, refrigerator, box bed, microwave, washing machine, the servants charge $500. Now,
I thought it was cheap for
It's not dollars again, it's
the work,
BOL.
actually. If you're going to mold an entire house for our $500, I'm
just going to lift it. Go lift it. Come on. Use force like that.
Geez, man, imagine the furniture being ruined because of that. Because the alleys, right? The alleys are very, very small, right? Look, I
knew about for now. Come, here.
Geez, it's
Like that in the favela, look, with brute force. There are alleys so narrow that to get a bed through you have to juggle. It's hard work, but it supports a lot of families here in Morao.
So, look, how can those guys not get through? Question mark. How can they not get through?
Man, they dismantle everything, carry it, climb wet stairs. It's all about guts, talent. Just stop with it, you could lose your finger. Mine's cut off.
Respect the kids who do the work. What's the bad part about living in the favela? My friend, I want to know what
Everything there is terrible. What you see like the worst part? There is a better part on it? There is
the
not.
good part is. And the guy is going to tell me what the bad part is. What's the good part, man? I already know the bad part. Oh my god, what's the bad part about living in the favela? Favela has its good side, which is what I always show you. But today I'm going to show you the side.
What a good side, man, that you showed us. I've been watching your videos today. This whole video here, I haven't seen anything good so far.
Bad. One of the bad things about living in the favela is the power outages. Out of nowhere the power goes out, man. Everyone's in the dark. Crazy stuff. The sight of the wiring, guys. Look, these wires are more tangled than me and my ex, man. Things are really bad here. Since the favela is a risky area and difficult to access, we rarely have the support of a light, a wide area, or some power company. Another thing that's not cool here in the favela is the internet, my friend. Any little rain, any strong wind, my friend, forget about the internet, right? Secret. And for those of you
This is not exclusive from the favelas. Every place here, it's like this. Where you guys know already. Many times I didn't post a video or something like that because I didn't have energy or internet or both. So yeah, that happens a lot, but it's everywhere. It's not
who like to
only
shop at
related to
Mercado
that.
Libre or at Shopee, do you really think they're going to climb those stairs smaller? Oh, they will.
Besides the security issue, right? The guys are going to be afraid of getting shot.
At the post office. No, just look at that. Regardless of all the problems, all the difficulties, my friend, nothing compares to waking up to this privileged view. Pap.
I don't think it's such a
This is not a fucking privileged view. What the fuck are you talking? Oh my god, like, what is the privilege of? Oh my
privileged
god,
view.
I will
This
not
one here
say
is
any-
IAE break, right? This is the other profile. It has 3 million followers. The description here, right? Secret. Anyway, it seems like I'm contradicting the guy, right? That I'm being ironic or sarcastic with him. No, he's talking about his reality. But I can't see this view as something wonderful. A bunch of houses piled up. I can't feel
Of
good if
course
I'm
it's
seeing so
not.
much social,
It's because it's
financial,
not.
and psychological damage to the people who live there. That was sad, actually. Yeah, pay attention to the audio, okay? The image won't show much, but pay attention to the audio. Basically, what happens when you're in the favela at the wrong time and in the wrong place? What happens? A police car passes by and someone shoots at the police car.
The guy got
But
shot.
the bullet ends up going to this guy here.
Oh, I'm shooting. Oh, my uncle, seriously. Seriously? Here's the video again, in case you want to see the moment the police car passes by.
And I want to remind you guys that they don't use pistols, okay? It's high caliber, guys.
I'm shooting. Oh.
People are saying here, this video is old and the guy is fine. Him crying made my day. Huh, why? The guy was just a resident, right? Oh, he's a guy who's just messing around here. Great.
Favela on a rainy day. Oh.
There you go. Have you ever seen that in some houses in the favela you have open sewage? Now imagine this open sewer on a rainy day. What do you think it's like in the favela? It must be wonderful, right?
You need to see the reality. Take a look. Osval out here on the hill looks like this. Look, the sewer can't handle it. Then it starts to overflow. The trash clogs the drains and the sewage comes back up. Dude, that's why I say that trash belongs in the trash. We residents need to be more and more aware so we don't cause this. And the stairs here on the hill turn into a dog.
Dude, how are you going to climb up there without falling?
Dust, son. This is rainwater mixed with sewage.
Wow, it must be wonderful.
This water comes from up there, comes down with everything, without stopping. And that's because the small farm has many high and steep areas. Then it turns into this, stairs that look like waterfalls of sewage. There are places here on the hill that have containment, those structures in the rocks that hold the earth to prevent it from collapsing when it rains a lot here on the hill. But not every place has them, and when the rain is too heavy, it's not always safe, right? That's when the sirens come into action. They were installed to warn people about the risk of landslides. But even with everything flooded, the motorcycle taxi is there. Look, the favela doesn't stop. Look at the gas delivery man, wearing cardboard on his head to protect himself. This is routine, running after people, come rain or shine. And if you made it to the end of the video,
well, I'm already in the depressive part of this video. Tell me how someone has the courage, man, to romanticize this, to romanticize the culture of the favela, to romanticize living in the favela, to romanticize the favela itself. You become one of the ingredients in this sewage soup. You can have your house swept away and all this while you climb on foot to reach a terrible standard of living. Tell me how people romanticize
It's exactly
this.
like what he's saying.
how do favela residents receive their purchases from the internet? The postman here in the favela only delivers on the main streets, like this one. Look, the Viapia.
But Juan, what about the houses up there that don't even have addresses? How does he get there? He doesn't get there, right? That's
True, the houses probably don't have numbers, right? They probably don't. What are you going to call? Alley 3 on the 5th corner. It's a maze in there. I hadn't stopped to think about that, right? The houses really don't have addresses.
Dude, how is the postman going to find them? There are houses here that don't even have numbers or addresses. To tell the truth, it's easier to find a needle in a haystack. Imagine the postman here lost in the middle of the underground alley without knowing where to go. But then, as always, necessity brought the solution.
the friendly postman appeared in the favela. The young people from the favela pay a monthly fee and put the address of the friendly postman. Then your mail, your purchases, arrive here. The favela is a cauldron of necessity. As long as there is necessity, there will always be creative solutions. It's the genius of the favela, showing that we don't stop, we're always innovating. If you've reached
Kara, it's the genius of the person to
I found it fun that all this time a guy's talking, but they use a voice of a woman to dub him.
survive. In fact, it's not something to be proud of, it's something that came from an absurd need, because things don't work, right? Not to belittle those who live in the favela, that's not the point of this video. The point is for you to see that the genius of these solutions is not a reason to be proud. These solutions only need to be made because life is extremely miserable in this region. It's social misery too. I don't think it's financially anymore, because of the rent.
Curiosity about Ta's life.
This is for us to try to relax a little in the video. There's a little pig in the favela called Bet, right? So, if I'm not mistaken, it's the little farm there, and we're going to see about this little pig. That's it.
Bet, the biggest pig in the farm. Take a look. Today we're going to explore the side of the hill.
Man, look at the amount of trash
It's so
and a literal
lovely,
pig
right?
eating
To the
trash.
favela.
Take back what I said. This isn't going to make me happy. No. It's not going to be funny. No. I'm sad about this.
Few people know about Bet's life. She's called
It's
the
very
Queen Pig.
saddening.
Dad, this is Bet's
It's
problem.
so unreal.
She lives in
Kara, Bet is still alive. This is Bet's afternoon nap.
2nd Street, Dad. This is her little corner. If you mess with her, you know what I mean, right? It's a waste. Bet is a cultural heritage site here in the world.
I can imagine the local faction delivering someone because they messed with Bet.
Dude, all the pigs that have ever passed through this favela came out of her belly.
Oh my god, baby pigs. Look, I'm laughing so I don't cry here.
A real pig factory. This pig, she's such a queen of the countryside, that every Sunday the residents give her a treat. And it's only with the
no
hose
bad
shower,
translation.
okay? Look at what Bet is like. She gets tied up in water. And by the way, Bet has an exquisite palate. Check out her restaurant. And if you made it to the end,
Man, I have to read the comments about this. Nobody talks about Bet's real function. It's nothing to do with it. She's been there for years and has never been used for anything criminal. True, she's a good girl. She only eats corpses. She may not have been used, but the others had a function. But what? They put drugs in the meat of Bet's piglets. What's the function?
This video
the pigs
will
in the
be-
favela are used to eat leftovers.
Oh my god.
Okay, this talk about Bet has gotten really heavy now. What was the intention of her being taken to the favela from the beginning? Nobody talks about it, right? What is it? To eat corpses. Man, I'm discovering a whole new world here. I didn't know that pigs were used for that. Who owns Bet? Neymar. Bet reminded me of a classmate
They are joking, okay? They are joking because Neymar it's a very big and huge joke for
of
him.
mine. That's a shame. I live on 2nd Street. Every time I come back from school I see her. Just thinking about living in a place like that makes you think how uncomfortable it must be. My god. Oh, this video here became quite well known for a while.
Russian tourist lose himself on the Rio de Janeiro favela and is pursued after starting to film, to record the place at night. Well, now I want to turn this, I don't know if I explained correctly, but let me summarize this. So a tourist from other country, Russian, decided to go there to this favela and started to record it. Record it using a camera or a smartphone, I don't know. At night. Oh my god, like, they kill people there for much, way much less than that, you know?
But basically a tourist, if I'm not mistaken, a Russian tourist, is filming himself going up the favela and he doesn't speak Portuguese. So, it was a very smart decision, right? About a favela in Rio de Janeiro, without knowing how to speak Portuguese and filming. Then one of the residents, I'll say residents because I don't know what the guy's job is, right? He says he can't film and then they try to talk to the foreigner, but the foreigner starts to run away in fear, right? The guy starts to run for his life. What's
up? Calm down. You can't, man. You can't.
dot?
Calm down. It's recording. Come here. Come here. Come here. Almost. Calm down, man. Calm down.
There's a guy who tries to stop him and the people saying, "Calm down, man." And the foreigner starts to run. Poor guy, man. Poor guy. I would do the same thing. He wouldn't wait to talk. The guy yelling back there, "Calm down, man." Let's see the comments here. Imagine his despair, besides not speaking our language. Guys, but I don't understand so many places in Rio to go. Why do they always go to these places? Oh, I felt sorry for them. Now someone comes to defend the favela, right? They just don't let us film, but they have total respect for tourists. I visited Rio recently. I even took a tour of
Bullshit.
Roshina.
Bullshit.
The best experience, just go without fear. Of course, they'll definitely respect tourists, right? They need money in the favela. So, it's not a favor, it's not an act of kindness, it's capitalism. You saw in that rain video, right, what the favela looks like. Then you think, kids have a kind of creative mind, right? What do kids do to have fun on a rainy day or when the stream is strong? Let's see.
My friend, when it rains the ditch turns into a beach. It's no secret. Look at the troops. How they come, guys. They just create them, right? Secret. There, the little ones going down in their little shoes. The mystery here, look. Activity. Calm down. But after you got to the pool, it was over, little ones. Hey, it's...
This guy is always telling secret. It's just like a words that he's putting to like make a signature, like something like that. Don't worry to understand that. It's just literally the same. The
It's
translation
one at a
is not
time.
wrong.
Look, it's one at a time, little ones. Activity is one at a time. The good thing about being raised in a favela is that you become happy with simple things. Oh, there, you love the little ones.
Once again, it's because people don't have the means. It's not an act of happiness, man. It's an act of survival.
Rolando, you can't compare it to the playboys of Copacabana. Yeah, guys, look, glass bags. Hey, guys, don't throw glass bags on the edge of the ditch.
Hey, man, those guys in the middle of the trash.
Guys, it ruins happiness. It ruins the happiness of the little ones. You throwing trash on the edge of the river, besides harming the environment, it harms the little ones who can play, guys. Hey, put your hand on your conscience, it's no secret. This place is a real mess.
Man, look at this, man. The favela is empty and has no basic sanitation.
And the people are going to have fun in this water, in the little juice of sewage. Peak. Hey, everyone surfs, right? Secret. There. Oh, it broke. It's already turned into two. It's already turned into two. Share with a friend. Share with a friend. It's no secret. You're going to leave me without a surfboard. I'm going to be without a surfboard. That stuff never.
Man, I can't even make fun of this video anymore. Poverty, right, man? Poverty. It's not creativity, because the kids are like crazy, they're smart, man. It's because it's the way people have fun. I don't know what else to say. No, I'm going to finish this video. Okay, it's getting depressing already. More than I expected.
You know that there are people carrying 800 kilograms per day? In this case, look, it's the people who carry groceries and construction materials. You know that there are people carrying 800 kilograms per day in the favela? Take a look. It works like this. The truck doesn't go up to the construction site, it stops here on the track. From here on, it's the human Ruby. The race is done on stairs and the luggage carrier is on the shoulder. There are 40 bags of sand, each one with 40 kilograms. They climb one by one up to the top. Dad, how many meters do you travel? The mission is 5 meters per finger. Man, we start with rocks, sand, bricks. How much can you earn per day doing this work? Earn our $1,000. That's our $7,000 per week. Here in the favela.
Damn it, our $7,000 per week. I wonder how they manage to carry bricks, because the sand is easy to quote.
It's not $7,000 again, okay? It's 7,000 BOL. It's really like, if that's true, because I know that they might gain a lot of money doing that because it's a it's highly difficult job. It's very tiring, and also that's why they might make so much money carrying this stuff. But it's not. I don't think it's that much. I think they are lying. Okay, 7,000 BOL to do that? Come on, that's too much. It would mean that these guys do like what, 28k BRL per month? That's too much. I don't think so. I don't think that is too much. But yeah, they might do more than a lot of people, a lot of normal people doing that, but it's a very tiring and healthy draining work.
Because it's in a bag, right? How are these guys going to carry, for example, 1,000 bricks, 1,000 bricks?
That's the rhythm. We turn necessity into money. There are a lot of people who live off of that, carrying cement, sand, everything.
Man, our $7,000 a week. I can't believe it. If the guy works day in, day out, he'll have our $14,000, our $1,000 a month, and living in the favela wasn't enough for the guy to have a better life somewhere else. But also, if he leaves the favela, he'll lose the our $7,000 a week, right? One
day is the
yeah, because the only way for him to keep receiving all this money is to be on the favela, because this is what allows him to make so much money, carry things from bottom to top. So again, the favela is sucking him in. He cannot leave because he's gonna lose his job. You know, it's very much profitable. Because I said many times, but the average worker here receives around 1,200 BRL a month. It's like 1,500, but you have discounts and taxes from government, and what you receive in hand, it's around 1,200 or so. So these guys are receiving like 7,000 BRL a week. Like, it's hella lot. It's so much, but in the only place that they have this kind of possibility are there, you know? Because like there is no much people that does this even there. That's why it might be highly payable, and I mean it's very draining job. And yeah, the frequency might be a lot because there is too much people that needs this job, and no much people is offering. That's why it's so profitable like that. But at the same time, it makes them slaves of living in this place.
Invisible hustle and bustle that sustains the buildings here in the middle of nowhere. So we carry everything today. Oh, look.
So these ones have the condition to go out, but they don't lose this profitable income, and the others doesn't even have the condition to live because don't have money. So
sand and
it's
stone,
complicated.
huh? Look, could you handle climbing 20 times with 40 kilograms on your back? I'm
already too lazy to leave the house. Imagine going out to carry things. Anyway, our $7,000 a week times 4 weeks are $28,000 a month. I'm going to work now. Then he said 700 a week, 28,000 a month never. Yeah, I think that's a lie too. Actually, it's not a lie. They can earn 7,000 a week if they work 7 days, but I believe it's divided among the delivery people. It's not like a delivery person earns that much. Let's watch another one of those videos about the bad side of living in the favela. Once again, I want to know what the good side actually is. The bad
Side of living in the favela. Take a look. It's a really crazy and really
It's only this guy. I think it's because his voice might be so thin and that it's being a bit like a woman. Oh my god,
bad
poor
thing
guy.
about living here in Morao. The houses here are narrow, so moving the furniture up is a real hassle.
Man, look at the furniture passing through the power lines.
But the really crazy thing is when you move the furniture up and then when you get up there, you see that you have to move it. Another thing, the ride-hailing car is tough. There are no cars, not even to drop you off at your house.
Now it's
not even to pick you up.
man.
If you want to take a cart for a different ride, you'll have to crawl down the entire community to catch the car at the bottom. You know that we'll be hit by the car.
If the car wants to enter the community, right? Because I imagine that many app drivers like to be alive, right? So you don't want to take unnecessary risks.
Enough, right? You still have to allow yourself.
Yeah, it's very common, for example, for Uber drivers and etc. Deliverers in general, and also Ubers being hit by gunshots or etc. when trying to enter in a favela to or get a passenger or deliver one or some stuff like that. It's very common. It happens a
The
lot
luxury
of
of not
time.
falling on these steps here. Look, another neurotic thing about living here in the favela is the gas delivery. Those who live at the top of the hill suffer the most. They have to climb down the entire hill using their legs and carry the gas on their backs. But the problem isn't even when going down, it's when going up. Say, you put a gas cylinder on your back and use this fancy ladder. Huh, you're going to think this is a joke.
And to end the video here, a message about not normalizing living in a favela and in the community. But once again, I believe that those who romanticize living in the favela are more those who don't live in the favela than those who do. The problem is that we adapt to anything too, but I keep wondering if the people who live in this region wouldn't trade everything for a simpler place, for a city like mine, in the countryside, which has its difficulties, of course, but doesn't have all these social issues, all these issues of violence.
Here is just saying, don't normalize to live in a community or favela.
Anyway, I joke with you in this whole video. I had fun. It was kind of funny and all that. But think about it, man. There are people who really romanticize this, as if the favela culture, as if
that
funk,
is sad.
as if all
That's
this were
so
something
sad.
important, as if it were a reason to be proud. And I'm not saying that it's wrong for people to be proud of their roots or that they have to hate living in the favela. There are people whose life story is linked to the favela, and that's fine. But if you accept it for your life, of course it's not that easy to leave there. If it were easy, people would do it more often. But man, it's sad. It's sad. It's just sad. This reality is sad. And it's even sadder that there are people who romanticize this reality.
Favela. Favela is not a good place to live. Favela is not a good place to have it as an inspiration for life. I say this because I've lived there. I have my own experience to speak of. Things improved tremendously for me after I left there. I'm talking about everything, man, even the environment. I really respect the serious and hardworking people who live there, because I was one of them. Favela is not a good place to live. So much so that people who make it big in life, who make money and come from there, the first thing they do is leave. Man, look at the example of soccer players. Look at the example of funk singers who make music, theoretically for the people there, right? Who listen to it the most, right? The first thing they do when they start making money is buy a house in a luxury condominium, in Alphaville or whatever. Oh, but I love my hood. You love it because you can't leave it yet. Once you make money and become stable in life, you'll want to leave. Because who loves having a motor?
It's not only that you want to leave, you have to leave. Because if you stay there, you will be risking yourself. When the others know that you're somewhat of success in life, that you have money, not only they gonna envy you, but you also become the next target, you know? You have to actually live there.
Motorcycle
You have
crashing at their door all the time. I mean,
I'm not the only one. They
love being in a place where sometimes the police don't even come in, and when they do, things start to get bad. It's so terrifying. Sometimes, people who love it have a stream running in front of their house, and they don't even have basic shelter. Who loves living in an environment where the majority or 99.9% of people live in a bad situation? They're hardworking, they work hard, they wake up early, but the environment they live in ends up dragging them down. People get stuck in that rut and sometimes they can't grow in life. If things were that good, 99.9% of people would stay there even after making money, a lot of money. But that's not what happens. It's not good, it's not cool. Don't romanticize it. The right thing would be for the favelas to not even exist if Brazil were a decent country and if its leaders were honest and serious people. Because the amount of taxes we pay on everything, groceries, bills, etc. We're
I will
supposed
not
to give these
even
people a
pronounce
decent
myself
place to
about
live.
it because I don't
And
want to
that's
get
not
in
what
jail.
happens today. So, work, study, try to improve your life. The person who said all this here was Alex George, in case you're interested. This is his profile here. In the last video, I'm in my backyard and this is the third time I've had to make a video. It starts at 10 in the morning and goes until 10 at night or midnight.
This that you guys can listen in the back, this audio, it's the sound that I hate the most in this country. I can't bear to listen, and this is what also disturbs me most part of my day, and I actually have no choice. I have to do with it too. It's the same as him. It's exactly the same as him that I pass in this situation. It's the exact same thing. It's the entire day. It's so fucking difficult to record anything here.
Every day. Every day. So, are you going to save up some more money and live in a better place, or do you prefer this? You listen to every loud song, thousands of swear words you're forced to hear, and so are your children, right?
This last one was from Imperio Patriota, and it's sad, right, man? This whole situation is sad. I know this video was very different, but I wanted to bring this video precisely for us to see, not just comment on it, so we can better understand the reality of those who live in these regions. And I end this video sadly, sad both for those who live there, but mainly because I see that there are people who defend this. I wanted to have a wonderful message to end the video,
This is the worst thing.
something that
They
would inspire
defend
you
it.
to seek something better and such. But the problem of the favelas existing is so much older than
It's also that it's something that also comes from our government. They also positivize this, you know. They also treat them like it was something positive, you know. They enforce this
our current
all
life
the
decisions. It is such a huge neglect of our government, but it is also a strong cultural issue in Brazil, in this narco state where, man, organized crime is taking over everything. And I have already explained in other videos here, in a place where the government cannot help people, crime will, in many quotes, help. The issue of the favelas is such a social, financial, cultural issue. There are so many problems that have resulted from them that a solution is practically impossible. There is no hope that in the future the favelas will cease to exist, that Brazilian culture will be better and that the life of all Brazilians will be at least minimally bearable. It is sad to think that if you are born in a place like this, the chances of succeeding are almost zero. Then someone has to come along with some meritocratic chatter, right? It's not that simple. It would be impossible to bring you this video here at this publishing frequency without the help of William GF, Marcilio Santos, Save Corrompido, Zero, LEC, Realm, Lucas Skywalker, Rio Mitsuke, Igor, Marco Ray Delis, Alguem Disposto, Samuel Mello PS5, Marcos Vinicius, Eduardo, and each of the members of this channel, members who have access to exclusive content. Access to the mind maps used in these videos. In fact, members will receive the mind map of this video with links to the videos we watched here. And if you can afford it and want to help me, there are 3 different plans. Check out the plans carefully and take the opportunity to click on this video that appears there in the middle of the screen. I'm sure the content will be very useful to you. A big hug, a kiss on your ass. See you in the next content.
Before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank all of you, my patrons, that support my work here on YouTube, and especially my 5-tail Fox Tire member, Zalost, and my 3-tail Fox Tire members, Heath Rowell, Fenny Sylvy, and YaBoiSheen, for the incredible support to my work. Thank you very, very much. You guys are amazing. Also, thanks to everyone who donated to me through Tron, and to all of my YouTube members. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon, link is in the description below. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you, Sobreviva, adoro seu canal. I hope you guys enjoy and learned a lot about how my country is, actually. Like, this is not, favelas like this are not in every place, but they are like, we have a lot of them, actually, but it's not all the country like this, too, okay? I want to let that clear, but the other places that are not also like that are not that good either, you know? Like, the country in average, it doesn't really good, but that is probably the worst place possible for you to exist, you know? That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something with this, and know a little bit more about my country. Also, a lot of people are always, when they think of Brazilian, they think of something of black color. So as you see, we are very, very different. You guys could see a lot of different people, different colors and ethnicities, on this video. So yeah, I hope it got clarified as well. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check my links below, Patreon, Discord, 7 Tron, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!